Welcome guys to this video. This is Automation Gizmo YouTube channel where you learn PLC programming and all automation related stuff, content. So in this video, we'll be looking at how to configure the Siemens S7 1500 PLC as OPC UA server. Alright, so right now we'll be looking at this PLC which I've created in this project, and then the IP address for this PLC is 192.168.0.10. I'm going to be using the PLC Sim Advanced to simulate my PLC Sim Advanced is for simulating more additional features of your Siemens PLC. So I'm going to create an instance and call it OPC UA, and the IP is 192.168.0.10. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Then our IP is 191.168.10, so I'll click on start. So it's going to start the instance of the PLC. Okay. And then I'm going to head on to S OPC UA. So I'm going to activate OPC UA server. Okay. Now OPC UA server has been activated. Also, I want to it's easy way to take down this address, because you're going to put this address in the client application. So now this opc.tcp, the IP and the port. So for OPC UA for Siemens, the port is 4840. So this is the full description of the IP address with the port. And also, so just scroll up down and see if there's anything I need to activate. So now this certificate for Siemens is created by TIA automatically. And then now this is for security. No security, sign in and encrypt. So I don't want any security for this, but because I'm doing testing and a tutorial, but if it's going to be deployed on a client side, you do it to add a security, which is for sign and encrypt. Okay. So after this, I'll just compile and download into the runtime license. So if you go to runtime license, I'll put a license which is small. So you could select small, medium, or large. So I'll just use small. This is the license by Siemens embedded in TIA portal. So I'll compile and I'll download. Okay, so I want to create a data block. Call it OPC data, and just create some real dot one dot two dot three. This will be an array out of 10 of real. This will be an array 1 to 1 to 10 of integer. Also, this will be an array so I'll just have real and both. Move up to my block access, compile, download into the PLC. Okay. Then for configuring OPC UA data, I'll come to OPC UA communication. We're configuring as a server. Server interfaces, I'll add a new server. So server interface and okay. So this is my new server. Then I want to link it to OPC data. So this is OPC data. I'll drag this and I'll put it under the new server interface that I've created. So I can, so that these data will be accessible to an OPC compliant client. So I'll put it here. So now I'll drag it from the OPC UA elements, my data, which is contained in DB, and I'll paste it under the UA server interface. Compile. And I'll download. Okay. Okay. Go online. Okay. So I'll put some data in this data block. Just random strings. Just some random strings of numbers. Test 25, 300. And, so I have this data. So for OPC clients, I'll be using a software called UA Expert, Unified Automation UA Expert. So this is an OPC client software. I'll be using this to test our OPC server communication we've created in Siemens. So I'll launch UA Expert and I'm going to add a new server. So the configuration name, I'll call it Industrial Networks. And then custom discovery, I will add a server. So now remember that server and port number we saw also this. I'll just go back there for our server. This is UA. Yes. So you input this server address in UA Expert. So it is 192.168.0.10. The port address, port 4840. Okay. And then you press OK. So this we can say it has shown S7-1500 OPC UA application and there is no security, and I press OK. So this is S7-1500 CPU. So I'll click on connect. So I'm going to trust it. I press trust server certificate and continue. Okay, so you're saying it's succeeded. So these are the properties of our OPC UA server in our client. So under roots, I can see PLC1. So with OPC UA, you can read so many things. You can see the device the nodes, the device, the timestamps, if it's good or bad. Then you can look at the manufacturer, name of the company and manufacturer the device. There's no name. We can edit it. So many things you can do here. You can also look at um the this is so this is OPC data. So this is the data block we created. OPC data. Identifier type is a string. Node ID is 3. And then we can open OPC data. And then you can see that's 1, that's 2, which are the data blocks we've created for OPC data. That's 1, that's 2. So we open that one, we can see the different um elements of that one. If I click on that 0 and scroll down here, we're gonna see it's a float, which is real. And the value is 0.236, which is our value here, 0.236. The next one, the value is 1.356, 1.356. The next one is 8.369. So this for that one, and let's confirm that 2 is real. 125, 125. This should be 3000, 3000, and then it can tell you if it's good or if it's bad. So OPC UA gives you so much details about your data point and the timestamp. For example, this 3000. If I change 3000 now to 1500, so it tells me just close and open. So it tells me it's 1500, and then the timestamp is 1546, which is when I just changed it. So it picks it and it updates the timestamp. So with this OPC data UA, you can get your data, push it to a SCADA application, and do your visualization. So it tells me also the operating state of a PLC, if it's schematic operating states, tells me the serial number. Also, it tells me the software revision. Then it tells me, so this is where I created my server interfaces. So you could just go to server interfaces, and then you also see your PC data where you created server interfaces. This other one is directly from the data block, while this is from server interfaces. So this is where I created for our server. So if you go to server interfaces here, you also see the same data. Why this one is directly from the DBs, why server interface is from the OPC UA server interface. So with this, you can also see so many details about your PLC device here. So you can see so many details about it. Device manual, so many details about it. So this is how you create an OPC UA server using UA Expert.